What's up, everybody? It's Duke here from SportsGamers.com, and we got a fire Madden 20 tip for you guys today. Dropping the fire, breaking down the best passing play in Madden 20. Guys, this pass play is a complete glitch. It is so explosive, and you can easily use it to beat every coverage in the entire game. Whether they're dropping back in coverage or blitzing you, it does not matter. There's multiple routes on this play that are super effective that the defense is going to have a huge problem defending. So I'm just going to get straight into the play. I'm actually in single back trips, which is a formation I completely love. I actually have a complete scheme from the single back trips. I feel like this is one of the best offenses in the entire game. And if you want to see my full scheme, both runs and passes, ways to beat the blitz, ways to beat every coverage, bomb plays, pass protection, all that, give me 350 likes on this video and we will drop the scheme for y'all ASAP. So I'm personally running the scheme from the run balance playbook. I really like this single back trips and run balance because it has everything I want from the runs to passes. It even has a bubble screen game too you can go to. So the play we're going to focus on in this video is the PA boot, guys. This PA boot can beat every coverage in the game. It has two main routes I'm going to look at, which is going to be the deep post to the outside receiver, which is where you want your fastest receiver, and the deep cross to the inside receiver. So these two routes, like I said, we can use them to manipulate every coverage in the game, get wide open players, bomb them up top. There's several beaters we have that we're going to break down in this video. I'm going to start by looking at cover 3. Now, I'm going to go up against the Ravens in this video because I feel like the Ravens probably have the best secondary on regs, or one of the best at least. So I wanted to, deal with a good secondary to show you guys how effective this play really is. So just looking at the play art, you guys can see we have some deep crossers, some deep posts, some really good routes. And we can use this play to manipulate all the coverages in the game, beat them up top, beat them on the sidelines. Before I get into the setups I'd like to use from this play, please guys remember to hit that subscribe button in the corner of the video and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out when our videos go live. We have lots of great tips and videos we upload daily on this channel, so you're not going to want to miss out. And if you want Madden 20 tips, in the meantime, some premium tips to get better on offensive defense, you can check out SportsGamers.com for the best Madden 20 tips and ebooks. So with this play in particular, I like to put my fastest receiver as the outside receiver, and then also probably my second fastest, second best receiver right here on this crossing route on the inside receiver. So if you have receiver abilities, obviously if you could have the ability for the posts on the outside receiver, and then the crosser ability on this guy, that would be preferred. Obviously, you don't need that because you can see here on Fuller, I don't have any abilities. But just in general, you want your fastest receiver on the outside. So, starting off with cover 3, this is going to be this is probably the best play to be cover 3 in the entire game, to be honest with you. It's going to be an absolute killer. So, what I do is pretty easy. I block the running back. I streak the tight end. I put the slot on an out route. And I streak my outside left receiver. Now, if you want to roll out to the left or the right, you can set up your blocking to roll out. But what I do next is I go ahead and motion the streak inside and snap it right when he's in between those two receivers, just like this. So, guys, what's going to happen here is you're going to have two easy reads against cover 3. First of all, you're going to have a bomb up top for the one-play touchdown, just like you guys see there. I'm going to break down why it works. But the thing that makes this play so good is you have a deep bomb and you have a deep crossing route, two routes that are extremely difficult and extremely explosive. So they're so hard to defend and so explosive, guys. Look at this. So first of all, you guys can see that here, we have two streaks, right? So the safety, he can't really lean one way or the other. He has to respect both streaks. Also, this cornerback, he's not going to drop back deep on the left side because of this out route. So if I see this and it's cover 3, I can easily bomb cover 3 by going ahead and using a similar concept I've already shown you guys, but just leading this streak up into the sideline like this, away from the coverage. It's an easy touchdown. Now, the great thing about this is that's not like all you got. You also have a deep crossing route, which is why I love this play so much. So here, you guys can see it, with the deep crossing route. When you streak the tight end, that's going to take any of the deep zones away, which is going to allow this deep crossing route to get open. We can sit in the pocket, or you can roll out. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. Here I just stayed in the pocket, pretty easy dot. And I do like to run this play so I have my 3 receivers on the wide side of the field. So here, since the ball's on the right hash, I make sure that my 3 receivers are lined up on the left side of the field because that is the wide side. Obviously, yes, you can roll out if you want to try to hit this crossing route a little bit easier on the sideline. You can see here I just double team the end, so that gives me a little bit better throw angle to throw this, and I have an easy dot. Now, I know Deshaun Watson does not have dashing deadeye, so if you are going to roll out a lot, you'll probably want to have dashing deadeye on your quarterback so you get a little bit more consistent, accurate throws. So next, let's look at this cover 4 drop. Cover 4 drop is one of the most common coverages in the game that you're going to face. Most people consider this a very safe defense. It's very difficult, if not almost impossible, to bomb, while also just having good run D. The thing is, you can bomb this coverage very easily. It's just a little different the way you want to do it. So we're going to go ahead and block our running back, put our tight end on a delayed fade. I'm going to streak the inside receiver, that's the Y receiver, and this guy right here I'm going to put on a hitch route. So what's going to happen is, if you guys take a look, you're going to notice that this post route is going to get over the top for an easy bomb. You can roll out, but you don't have to. I just stay in the pocket there, and that's a touchdown. Now, you guys can see that Earl Thomas, he has abilities, and he got beat just as easily as any old safety would. So that's why I grabbed the Ravens, to really show you guys how effective this play is. So let's take a look at what happened here. So first of all, this streak by the slot is important, or the inside receiver, because it's going to keep the safety on the left kind of in the middle of the field. Now what happens here is the post, he's going to cross everyone up, and he's going to just run to this open space. You'll notice that as he's running to this open space, the safety has to stay in the middle of the field because of the streak here. By the time he realizes the post is coming open, it's just too late because he's expecting these zones on the right side of the field to guard him. However, they're not going to guard him, and that's because I do not have any routes. Literally no routes are developing, on the right side of the field. So they're just kind of chilling in no man's land. And by the time it's too late, they see the post is coming late because it's such a deep post. They have no way to recover, and this is just an easy bomb. You guys can see you want to lead it up and to the right, to kind of to the sideline, and this is an easy catch right over the top of the defense, for a touchdown. Just like that, drop that dime in there, and that's going to be a touchdown. Now, I will tell you guys that you can roll out. You don't have to, but that's completely up to you. Now, the reason why I have a hitch route just sitting here is because I want a route that I can playmaker. If I see that I don't have enough time to throw this deep bomb, or maybe they use or guard it, I want this hitch route because I can playmaker it. So like here, I can playmaker the hitch back over the middle, so that if I need a secondary read, I have it. I don't need it here though, as I'm able to bomb them for the touchdown. Now again, I do put that tight end on the delayed fade for 2 reasons. 1, I can't really have any routes on that side of the field for this to work. And 2, that's going to allow me to roll out if I want to the right side of the screen. I can roll out because I have my tight end delay route there, as well as that guy blocking. So that's very nice. And finally, you can always release him late in the play if you want another option to attack with. You always can. So we're going to go ahead and show that here. That you could release that delay route. You obviously don't have to, but it is kind of like a bailout type read. So again, we're going to look at it one more time before we move on to cover 2. And this time I'm actually going to release the tight end. So we're going to release him here. You guys can see by the time we release him, it doesn't matter. We've already bombed him out over the top. That time he caught us from behind because we didn't get enough throw power. But still it's there every time. You guys can see I actually released the tight end late in the play. By the time we released him, it was cool because, our post was already coming open, so it didn't matter. But, you can see we did release him. And we're just going to get over the top of all these zones. I've done this against 99 speed players on MUT, and it works just fine. Alright guys, now let's look at attacking cover 2. Again, cover 2 is pretty much considered a very safe coverage. You have the 2 safeties in the deep halves. Then you have the mid-read, and most people will have a very fast linebacker in the mid-read, maybe a golden ticket Troy P, but somebody fast. So this is generally considered a hard coverage to attack deep, but I'm going to show you guys a few different methods you can do it with. So the first way is to use a deep post, and we're going to just completely dumb out the safeties for a free touchdown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block the running back. I'm going to put the inside receiver, which is Y, in a streak, and now the tight end, you have a few options. You can put him on a delayed fade again, But what I like to do is, especially with that mid-read, put him on an in route because the in route will occupy that mid-read. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys, if you have Hot Route Master or Tight End Apprentice, you'll have more hot routes to your tight end, so you can play around with different routes to put them on. But, past this, you have more options, like with the deep cross. You could keep the deep cross. You could put him on different routes, but I'm just going to motion block him here and get him out of the way so that I can give myself almost a max protect type look. And what you guys are going to notice is that safety in the middle of the field completely dumbs out, and we're able to bomb over the top for a free touchdown. And it's going to be super easy. That safety because, again, similar to cover 4, where he just has no routes that are his responsibility, he just dumbs out, comes into the middle of the field, and that deep post just runs right by him. Look at that. He just comes in the middle of the field. The deep post is just over the top. That's an easy touchdown. The other deep half on the left, he has to play the streak. And this guy, he just has no one to play. So this is a free touchdown over the top. Now, guys, you can definitely put the tight end on the delayed fade like we did against cover 4. And it's going to work pretty well. The only thing is, like I said, he's not going to give you any option over the middle of the field. But if we do this, I would recommend hitching your inside receiver B and streaking Y. So it's still going to completely glitch out the cover 2, as you guys could see here. That safety is just going to dumb out, and I'm easily able to bomb over the top for another touchdown. So, that's another option you guys could do. Again, the delayed fade will block, and then also the hitch will be a playmaker option, same way we did against cover 4. You guys are going to see the mid-read. He's just kind of sitting there. He's not getting in the play. But, I like to mix it up. Sometimes I like to in route to the tight end over the middle. Sometimes I like to hitch to the inside receiver on the left. It just, again, it all depends. But one thing's for sure, you always will need your trips receivers to the wide side of the field. Now, we definitely can do more. If we really want to attack this coverage a little bit more and still have a bomb opportunity, we can literally set this up to attack with the crossing route and the bomb too. So to do this, I'm going to flat the tight end and streak the inside receiver, which is Y. So what's going to happen here is you're still going to be able to bomb, but also you're going to open up the deep cross just like that. Because the flat route, he's going to pull that corner in the cloud, soft squat, hard flat, whatever he's in on that right side of the screen, that flat route is going to pull him down. Bomb against cover 2 with this same setup. Now, it's not going to work exactly the same. The safety is not going to dumb out, but the safety is going to widen out so far that you can just throw that deep cross right down that pipe, and you can score. It's a little bit tighter throw because the safety doesn't dumb out; he just kind of widens out, and he's gonna kind of respect that deep crossing route a bit, at least enough to where you guys can see he's widening out because of the deep cross. And you guys can see, even though this guy's running deep, he's just not going to be able to keep up with a fast receiver, and you kind of split 3 defenders here. So again, obviously this is a much tighter window than it is against cover 2 when we do the other setup, but it definitely still works. Now the great thing about this play is, like I said, you can attack with the deep cross, you can attack with the deep post. So sometimes what I like to do is just run this kind of like dagger and just go ahead and do my streak, do a little drag underneath, and then maybe, little motion. So not all the time am I trying to bomb with this deep post. There'll be plenty of times where I'm just trying to attack with the deep cross, which is what I love so much about this play. You have the bomb with the deep post. You have the deep cross you can attack with. It's just money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Like I said, give me 350 likes, and you're going to see the full scheme breakdown from this formation. This formation is crazy. It has it has great runs. It has great passes. It has bubble screens. It has really everything you could want in an offensive scheme. This is from the Run Balance playbook that I'm using it out of, guys. So hope you enjoy it. Like I said, 350 likes, and we'll get this up for y'all immediately.